All right, thanks for staying with us. It's now time for us to, extray some of the amazing personalities we have in the studio here for Star Corner to really spice up your day. And of course, we'll be starting with the first artist in the studio, and he's by name ELLAY rather. ELLAY is actually an artist and of course a music producer and songwriter. I won't be talking about him just alone, and that's why I want him to, tell the world who he is and what, of course, he's been doing for quite some time in the music industry. Good morning and welcome, ELLAY, to Star Corner on iBrand Daybreak.
Yeah, I feel so happy and blessed to be here with you, sitting down here. And firstly, I would say I've been doing music all my life, like since I've been a little child, and so I am an artist, I'm a songwriter, I'm a producer, and most of the time that's the only thing I find myself doing.
All right, let me pause you. You're an artist, you're a songwriter, you're a producer. Yeah. You're doing so many things by yourself. Why not give roles to one or two just to reduce some of the stress?
Sometimes I do, sometimes I give room for a lot of creativity.
Good.
Yes, I give room for more people to come, and put in their energy, their vibe into whatsoever I do, you understand? But most of the time, I just like being in my space, to create, except I have a feeling I have a need to bring you to my studio or do something. The spirit, the connection has to be right. It has to be positive. Before I do anything.
All right, now that's interesting. Now let's talk more about you and your career as an artist. Now talk to us. When did you go into this professionally? Because of course, when I ask you now, when did you start? You tell me you started while you were, like a child. When you were a child rather. But talk to us. When professional did you go into the business of music?
Okay, I would say it was during the pandemic. That was like, I think 2021 or so.
No, 2020 started.
That's 2020, yeah. Though in 2014, I released like a single in 2014, but then I wasn't taking music so seriously until the pandemic. Because I had nothing to do. I was just like home, and I was like...
Home alone?
Yeah, home alone. Let me just get back to the studio to refresh my memory. And from there, my friends and my family agreed with me that, bro, you're not going back from this thing, just focus.
All right, so it's so obvious now that you told us you have this support now, your friends and your family.
Yeah.
All right, now how were you able, before we go in there, how were you able to, really, put this skill that you have in proper perspective? I mean, how were you able to work on it before you became who you are now?
Okay, I'd say my practice life, my rehearsal life has not been private. I make my mistakes in front of people. I try to grow as much as I can in front of everyone. So they see me do this thing over and over. So it's something I do regularly, and they know automatically I have an interest in it, and they believe me, because I never, even when sometimes I get backlash, they be like, you're not sounding good, you're not doing right. I still try to work on myself to try to develop. So I do my practice publicly, and I don't try to fake anything I do though. So they see it, and so they have no choice than to align with my vision.
All right, so 2020 was when you started officially, like you said, and because of course you were home alone, you were not doing anything, you just have to look for something legitimate that you could be doing just to keep yourself going. Now, what were some of those challenges? Because of course I know that during the COVID period, we were locked down. There were no activities, happening as at that time. Everybody were just operating from home. So what were some of those challenges you encountered, while working on yourself as an artist, while trying to come up with song and all that? What were some of those challenges you had?
Okay, I'd say coming up with writing songs and stuff like that. I've never really had much challenge writing songs, because I feel like it's a natural flow. You understand? So, but when it comes to getting studio together, getting maybe some producers to work with and stuff like that, it wasn't easy then, because people weren't moving around.
Sure.
we move around. So sometimes I have a very very close friend, which is my producer.
Okay.
So he comes to the house most of the time. We vibe, we create music. So there wasn't really much of a challenge like that. You understand? So it was just I would say it was just natural.
But of course, you never had opportunity to record them because you can't go out,
Yeah.
to the studio. So how were you able to do all of that?
Sometimes he comes around with his equipment and
Oh,
stuff
that's
like
interesting.
that. Yeah,
So you were able to do all of that during that period.
Yeah.
All right. So talking about your first single, what's the title of it?
My first single was On Streets.
On Street.
Yeah, and that was in 2014.
What gave you that idea to name it On Street?
Okay. I would say my background, where I'm coming from as a person, like I came from the hood. The hood, like I'm from Ogba. I came from the hood, like, so, you know, a lot of environmental influence, a lot of friends, you know, and I just kind of like tag the name that as at that time everybody could like relate to it, like, because all of us would be street boys.
Sure.
You understand? So like all of us you could just like relate with. So I was like, okay, let me just give this name a try, and I went to the studio. I hooked up with my producer then Jopi, and we made On Street.
All right. So are you trying to say now that for whatever situation you find yourself, it informs that idea as to what to name what you're trying to put out? Is that how you work?
Yeah, that's how I work. That's how it is.
So what has been the perception like, or the attention like, towards that particular song you named the Street?
It was so because the kind of engagement I got was so unbelievable then, because that was when people started like to feel like, I think this guy wants to sing or do something. That was when people started. But after 2014, it wasn't so easy for me again to like do. I didn't even have that ginger to go back to the studio to record.
Right.
You understand? Because it wasn't just there until, but though I used to.
You mean the spirit or that zeal died down?
No, it didn't die down, but I wasn't so ready to sing. I wanted just to be, after that, I wanted just to be like a songwriter, like to write songs for artists, like to just be there. But until I got encouraged again by my friends and my brothers to like, sing your stuff by yourself, putting your spirit into whatever you do. So ever since then, it's just been so natural about me.
Okay. So currently, do you do songwriting, or that has been shifted to
someone?
I
do that. Yeah, I do that.
All right. So before we go into that, let's talk about the song you just dropped.
Okay.
In fact, before we came on air, that song was being, aired. It says Jaire, right?
Jaire.
So what's the idea about Jaire?
Okay.
I hope I'm pronouncing it well.
Yeah, Jaire.
Jaire.
Are you a Yoruba guy?
No, I'm not.
That's why. Jaire just like saying like,
let's vibe.
Something like that. Like, all I put is like I'm trying to like find a word to like contain it. Like,
so what's the idea about that?
Okay, Jaire just like it's like a gyration song. Like, it's a song that just to parties, like a party song. Though there are a little bit of messages in it too.
So what are those messages?
Those messages in it are for like people that can really decode what I was trying to say. I might not have to speak like in the language that you understand, or I might not say the right words that you feel I should say. But if you are a very very smart person that can really decode what I'm trying to say, do you understand? I'm just trying to tell you to just be happy, live your life. Party, go out. Don't be so serious about life like that, because at the end of the day, man, you live once, you die once.
So is this song out there for your fans, or?
No, it's scheduled to be dropped on the 24th of this month.
Okay.
With the visuals as well.
Okay.
Scheduled to be dropped on the 24th.
All right. So that's your major work at the moment.
At the moment, yeah.
All right. So aside from this, you don't have any other thing you're preparing for your fans?
I have a project coming up on December 10.
Okay.
December 10. I have a project, 7991 Party with ELLAY. Because in February I dropped an EP, 7991, with just like 3 tracks in it, and since then they've been so much engagement and stuff like that. You understand? So I decided to do like a party this December for my fans, you know, people that have been listening to my project.
You really like party, oh. Everything about you is very, you know, fun.
It's life, man. You just have to like even in bad situations, like you have to find a reason to be happy.
Anyway, I concur with you because the country right now is not you know, in a good shape. So a lot of joy has been sapped. So we need some of all these things, you know, to keep us going. So I can understand. Now, talking about songwriting, of course, you know, songwriting is a very creative way of expressing yourself.
True.
Either trying to send a message or trying to express your thought and all that. But then again, as a good songwriter that you are, what are some of those ingredients that you feel should not be missing out when trying to put up a song?
Okay, I think one of the most very important thing first is the message you're trying to pass across. The message comes first, then the rhythm, then the message particularly. I could say a word in French, and it could mean something to somebody that's in France or Germany. You understand? I could say a word in and it could mean like 10 things to different people. Because I feel like the message, just make your message crystal clear. Okay. If you're trying to make a sad song, make it a sad song. If you're trying to make it happy song, make it a happy song. You understand? So I feel like the message is just like the main ingredients.
All right. Now, as an artist, are you signed to any label?
Not at the moment, not presently.
Okay, so I know definitely you'll be trying to deal with a whole lot of work, you know, as a solo artist, right? So how are you able to do all of this alone? I'm talking about you writing your song, you putting it out there, doing the circulation, doing the promotion, you know, trying to talk with people for tours and concerts, just to make sure that your brand is put out there. How are you able to deal with this currently that you're not signed?
Okay, firstly, I would say, I told you earlier, I said I got support from my friends and my family sometimes, you know. They support me, and it's never been so hard, like, with the kind of friends I have around me, kind of family I have. It's never been so hard to, like, talk to people or to make people just associate with the brands. Because we try to, wherever we go, we try to, like, pour ourselves out there. Try to, like, talk to DJs. we could go to, like, a club to party now. We're like, man, let's go and meet that DJ. Let's talk to him. Let's let him play our song. We go to him. We vibe for a little time, you know. So we just put in the work. We don't care how we look. We don't care what people will say. We don't care. We just put in the work. So I feel they're supportive enough, and I have that ginger. I'm triggered to do. So as far as I'm triggered to do, I feel like they're ready to move with me. So
that's amazing, and I mean to see you talk about your support system, because not every artist out there have that kind of support. Some will tell you they've just been pushing it all alone, and who knows how far they're going to get to, you know, since they have no support. Now, what are you actually looking at, you know, labels signing you, or you just want to do it alone?
It becomes depending on the contract, depending on the type of contract. If it comes, I have myself and my team go read the contract, and if it's something we can work with, if it's something I can work with personally, or something that we feel like, okay,
you're comfortable with.
I feel like, okay, yeah, I'll sign a contract.
Well, I understand that, because right about this time, a lot of artists are now careful with the kind of contract they sign.
Very true.
Yeah. So now, asking you about partnership or collaborations, because I know that, of course, is very key as an artist, because you're not going to be leveraging only on your own fan. You want to leverage on other artist fan just to cut across, you know, that market. So what collaboration are you actually in the works with?
Okay, in the past I've had I've had some collabs with some artists, like dope artists like Groovy, Korichi, some of the other bad guys from where I come from, you understand? So though I have a project coming out like next year.
Was it the one you talked about?
No, not the one, like next year. I have a project coming out next year. I'm calling the project Studio Rat.
Studio Rat.
Yeah, Studio Rat. That's going to be more of like a collaborative project, I think so.
So
like,
who are those people you're looking at having in that project?
Okay, I'm still working in process. You know, okay. I'm still trying to meet with a lot of. I'm meeting new people every day, meeting new artists every day. So I feel like I don't want to like I don't want to like conclude yet.
Okay.
Because
it's still much early.
It's still much early to though. So far we keep moving. I feel that better things will come. I feel like better people will come as well. So,
all right. But if I ask you now, who are some of those A-list artists in the industry that you would love to work with? Who are they?
Olamide Bado.
Everybody would say Olamide. And I know your next option, your second option rather.
You can take a guess.
All right. So why would you like to work with Olamide?
Olamide has been an influence on me right from
because he's successful.
No. Apart from, I started listening to Olamide when I'm not sure he had even shot his video for Eniduro then.
Okay.
I started listening to Olamide on MP3 bullet. I would go search his song. I started listening to Olamide from that time. So, the first time I saw Olamide on screen was like, I think it was like 2 years after I started listening to him to his songs. I saw him on screen. I was like, man, so this is the guy.
How bad guy?
This is the guy. Then ever since I've been it's been like a distance mentor.
Okay.
And so I can actually learn from afar too.
Okay.
You understand? So
like Olamide is your heated #1 guy whom you would love to put or have a collaboration with, or a feature with, rather. Let me put it that way.
Yeah.
Okay, so are you making any effort? Like, are you reaching out to him, and what's the response like?
I had like a friend that was a part of his team. I tried to reach out to the guy I think 2 years ago or some years ago, and the response he gave me wasn't really okay like that.
Okay.
So I just feel like man, it's his life, man. If Bade will come out, we will come out. Nobody can stop it. You understand? So,
or maybe he's not seeing yet some reasons to work with you. Maybe you need to put more effort in your songs.
Maybe. But at the same time, many people they say they never put the effort for effort. And they don't do what they do. You understand? Right. I feel life generally, apart from hard work, there's still grace.
Sure.
And so I feel like I'm graced enough. I feel like I'm blessed, and it's gonna come my way. I'm not scared.
Okay. Now, if I take you out of music and I say this is what I'm giving to you, or if I ask you what can you do comfortably if I take you out of music, what would you say? Okay.
I learned painting from my uncle.
Painting?
Yeah, I could call sensu. I could call sensu.
Man,
it's been long I
filled with talent.
No, it's been long I practiced though. But
so why did you leave it?
Because of music, I can't focus on two things together.
You can't focus on two things.
And apart from that one, I'm a drummer as well. Wow. I played drum professionally for over 10 years. Yeah, I play for most of the elite artists as well. Sometimes, most of them.
All right. I have a lot of questions for you, honestly, but time will fail me if I, want to do more on it. But let's just quickly get your freestyle before we let you go.
Okay, you want to do a freestyle?
Of course. Wow. My viewers are waiting. And be very quick about it.
Okay.
Are you shy?
I'm not.
So go right ahead.
I put a liquid in Jija, I should call you mine. I fit to para for my boss when you come around. Girl, you fine past my mother, I know they lie. You turn my belly, baby girl, I can't deny. Gucci for your body, you. Well, you Fendi, you. Oh, my friend, no show you go more, but when you ready, you. My lady, you. Pull up in the Lambo, lady, it is doubt you. Max up on my CC, baby girl, I got you. Take you around the city, you can call your friends too. Put a ring on it and we go make the people know, say, you be my own Malicha. Thank you very much.
That's interesting. I wanted it to go more, but it's okay. So I hope I want my viewers now to get to follow you on some of your social media. So just quickly read them out. Okay.
Just search ELLAY official on any social media handle. ELLAY official, ELLAY official. Though on Instagram you could put an underscore before the E because my previous account got hacked. So just ELLAY official on every
All right, so
channel.
you've heard it all from the artist himself. So please go right there, follow him on all those social media platforms, and of course your music are on streaming platforms.
Yeah.
So
On streaming
please,
platforms.
so what are those streaming platforms? Very quickly.
Apple Music, everywhere. It's everywhere.
All right, so just search for him and you know, buy his song, listen to his song, do whatever you can to promote this artist. So that's how we support these cute guys, you know, in the industry. So we'll be going on a short break. Excuse me, we'll be going on a short break now, and then we'll bring you more interesting artists to really spice up your day. Please stay with us.